world, and welcome to the Dan 3.0 FAQ. If you do not yet know what Dan 3.0 is, boom, there's a link right there. And for those of you who do, let's not waste any time. I've got your questions right here. Username Hanging with Nadine asks, during the 365 days, when will videos be posted? Will it be a daily vlog? Oh yes, definitely daily. Now, the content, however, of each daily video is completely up to you guys. If you want it to just be straight up life casting, we'll do it. If you want to incorporate elements of old school Dan Brown, we can do that too. And if you make up your mind one way and then a few weeks later you change your mind, we can make changes. It's totally kosher. Now, as for how we are coming up with the initial format for the show, I have a plan. Stay tuned, not tomorrow, but the next Monday. I'll fill you in on all that. Pete667 asks, how are you going to filter out trolls and other groups of people who just want to take advantage of the project while still keeping it a democratic system? That's basically just a very eloquent way of saying, what are you gonna do when 4chan finds out? Look, trolling is an art, and I'm not just saying this, I actually do respect it, and sometimes participate in it. It's my hope that if we, the Pogo tribe, can respect trolling for what it is, that trolls will then respect what we are doing for what it is. I mean, we might as well face it, there are going to be some trolls. But you have to keep in mind that it's not exactly going to be easy to get an idea all the way to the top. Granted, it's not impossible either. So if, worst case scenario, a group of trolls manages to organize and get something absolutely ridiculous to the top that's not at all in the spirit of the project, I have veto power. It's an ugly necessity that I hope I never have to use, and it looks like my globe is not on. Let me turn that on right now. Ha! Veto power. Hopefully the fact that I have it is enough so that I never actually have to use it. And it is my pledge to you right now that I will not abuse my veto power. I mean, it just doesn't make sense for me to abuse it, because if I abuse it, the project loses credibility, and this project is so important to me, it would be bad news bears for everyone. Pastronaut asks, how will you deal with requests that are highly rated, but you know would affect you in a negative way? Well, if an idea reaches the top that would obviously hurt me or pose a significant risk to my well-being, it'll be vetoed. If, on the other hand, an idea reaches the top that would cause me mild discomfort but would still pretty obviously forward a serious project goal, then I'd probably do it. There's a fine line, and I honestly don't even know exactly where that line is at this point. We'll just have to play each situation by ear. Goldilocks Shorty asks, what wouldn't you be willing to do? There has to be a line drawn somewhere if the viewers are in charge of your life for a year, and I'm just curious as to where your boundaries lie. There are, in fact, a few hard and fast rules that we will not be breaking. They are, you may not change my girlfriend or anything about my relationship with her. You may not change my family. I'm not about to let you guys adopt me. You may not change where I live. You may not have me do anything illegal. And you may not have me do something which has a significant negative impact on somebody else. Spashly Life asks, what happens if a destructive / harmful idea / goal is continuously voted up? Well, it'll be continuously vetoed. Electric Bubbles asks, what happens if you are unable to perform a sanctioned task? Are there consequences? Well, the only automatic built-in from the get-go consequence of not accomplishing a task is disappointment. If you guys, the community, ever think that there needs to be a more significant built-in punishment system, it's in your power to design that system, but let me say this. As much as I love Vlogbrothers punishments and Challenge Charlie, I do not want Dan 3.0 to turn into a year full of that sort of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there certainly can be some things like that, and there probably will be some things like that. But I really want to avoid having you guys look at Dan 3.0 through the lens of, like, MTV's Jackass or something. Instead of Challenge Charlie, think more in the terms of chart jackers, and instead of Vlogbrothers punishments, think more of, like, the Project for Awesome. Electric Bubbles asks, is there a financial cap? Well, what we are and aren't able to do financially largely depends on the success of the show. So I have no idea where we're going to be at financially 3 months into this, but I'll keep you posted. But for now, to begin with, be frugal when it comes to daily goals, but don't limit yourself when you're thinking of monthly goals. If, hypothetically, the winning monthly goal for our first month is, you should put on a huge concert, we're not gonna go, oh crap, how are we gonna pay for this? We're gonna go, okay, what advertisers can we approach to help make this idea a reality? Dan 3.0 is a project all about figuring out how to use systems of people efficiently, and so financially, it might be confusing at first, but I have faith that everything will be groovy pretty quickly. Username Shoes8595 asks, if I will be submitting ideas for the community to vote upon as to what I should be doing. While I am still very much a part of the Pogo Tribe community and will participate a little bit in discussions as to what it is that you want me to do next, there's a neutrality clause. I personally will not be submitting any ideas for you to vote upon because I think my words carry a little bit too much weight. It wouldn't really be community-based decision-making at that point, because it would just be me deciding what it is that I wanted to do, like, right now. Kevtastical asks, will there be anything like an excused absence, where if for some reason you cannot post a video, someone will fill in, or you'll get a reprieve that day? Well, there's no system like that automatically built in, but if you wanted to suggest that to the technical changes decision engine, you would be more than welcome to. If, however, I get sick, and at the point that I'm sick there is no system like that in place, hopefully you guys will just understand that I'm sick and won't ask me to do anything too terribly taxing until I'm better. Remen asks, just how many decisions does the Pogo Tribe make on a daily basis? Does it get down to, should I eat cereal or eggs for breakfast, or just the bigger stuff? Well, if in the daily goals section you ever submit, you should eat pancakes for breakfast, then, I mean, yeah, I'll eat pancakes for breakfast. But my hunch is that you're probably going to be submitting more interesting things than just that. So, to answer your question, anything that you don't explicitly dictate is left up to me, my decision. I am giving you control of my life. You guys are managing my life, but I want you to look at it as macro managers, not micromanagers. PJ Pink 123 asks, how will the timing work? Well, obviously this is subject to change like everything else, but from the beginning what I'm going to be doing is just waking up and filming my life, and in the evenings I'll edit that into a video and release it. The way I look at it is that I'm just documenting my life while doing this crazy project. So, there you have it, Dan 3.0, the first FAQ. There are probably still lots of lingering questions, so we're going to do this again. Submit any other questions you have in the moderator module, and later this week I will post another frequently asked questions video. Until then, however, thank you for watching this very, very long video. Until next time, I'm Dan Brown, and I am out. Don't be a zombie, whatever I say at the end of these things.